Hello, BookTube. I recently put in an order with Princeton University Press. Princeton University Press has an ongoing 30% off sale that I took advantage of. Although, over the last few weeks, Princeton had one of its 75% off sales. So, what Princeton University Press does is they select hundreds of books to put on for 75% off. And a lot of those books are usually the same books year after year. And except for a few works of poetry, I really wasn't interested in anything. And that lack of interest, I'll talk a bit about in another video. But there were two poetry collections that I wanted to pick up. But I decided to pass on the sale and instead use the 30% off coupon to pick up both the two books that I wanted from the sale, but also another book that came out. So, Princeton University Press publishes a wide array of academic works, but they also publish poetry in the Princeton Poets series, which focuses on contemporary American poetry, and the Lockwood Library in Translation, which focuses on 20th century poets and poetry in translation. So starting with the poetry in translation, which were the two collections in the sale, I picked up Final Matters, Selected Poems, 2004 to 2010 by Szilard Borbely, translated by Ottilie Mulzet. So Borbely was a Hungarian poet of the mid and late 20th century. And I also picked up Dear Miss Schubert, poems by Lipska, translated by Robin Davidson and Elzbieta Nowakowska. So Lipska was a Polish poet, or is a Polish poet, I'm not entirely sure, who I wanted to pick up too, so I picked that up. Largely because they were the only, or one of the few poetry collections I had yet to pick up from the sale. And also picked up Aurora Americana, the latest volume from Myronn Hardy. I have one of his earlier collections, Radioactive Starlings, and quite enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to reading this as well. I've been wanting to pick this up since it came out late last year. Hopefully, Princeton will update the forthcoming poetry collections that they have on the go, because usually, they don't really publish a huge amount. It's only two in the Princeton Poets collection every year, and then I'm not entirely sure about the Lockwood Library, like how often they publish, or books in those lines, compared to, say, history, which basically is months in advance of what's coming out. So anyway, but again, I got Aurora Americana by Myronn Hardy, Dear Miss Schubert by Lipska, and Final Matters by Szilard Borbely. I'll be right back with a discussion of my reading history. So until then, BookTube, thank you. Have a great afternoon and stay safe.